Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're talking about the importance of commodities within your investment portfolio, especially gold, because in times of uncertainty and crisis, which is what we're seeing right now, where Russia has invaded Ukraine on the 24th of February, which is absolutely awful, and I want to say my thoughts are with the Ukrainian people, and I hope all of this gets sorted soon. But there is no doubt that this has caused massive ripple effects. How long this will go on for, I really don't know, but markets will be shook. And what we're going to do is we're going to hop onto the laptop in a second to have a look at the effects, what might be, and what's actually happening right now. And it's important that we start to look at gold, especially as a defensive play in our portfolio, because the saying is really true. You don't know who's been swimming naked until the tide goes out. So this is a time where we need to protect our finances, make smart decisions, and look, if COVID, all other horrors that have happened in the last year, and now most recently the invasion of Ukraine, is that we need to protect ourselves, our incomes, increase our security financially, and play more defensive, but also of course seeing opportunity where it's available. But of course it is a very sensitive time, so I want this video to be more informative and a little bit more serious in terms of the subject that we're talking about, because obviously there is horrible things happening in the world right now. So let's hop onto my laptop. We're going to have a look at what's happening right now and why gold is so important in our portfolio. And some people say 5 to 10%. I would say a little bit more. There's many pros to gold, but unfortunately, with the likes of the stock market and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, many people don't find it appealing because it's not instant, it's not instant profit. It doesn't climb the ladder very quick in terms of its growth, but it plays a very important part in a portfolio because it's an insurance policy, it's very liquid, and it's great for security. So let's hop onto the laptop. Let's take a look at what's happening right now and why you may want to consider gold now as the price rises, as this horrible crisis pursues, and hopefully we can make smarter investment decisions. So let's hop onto the laptop. So as we know, on Thursday, 24th of February, Russia invaded Ukraine, which we all know was going to have an impact on the markets across the globe. So Wall Street, the stock market plunged, the Dow Jones plunged more than 800 points, approximately 2.5%. We knew that was going to happen. And for anyone that follows the stock market charts, you'll also know from previous times of war that the stock market can actually do quite well, but instantly we took a plunge on the 24th, seeing a correction a day later. I'm not an expert by any means on the stock market, but I cost average using tracker funds, ETFs, and I know that the stock market will always fluctuate, but as long as you stick by it, cost average, the corrections, it will always rise again. But currently, for many, it can sort of put that pressure on whether people sell or not. And for me, I don't sell in times of uncertainty. I'll hold and I'll keep cost averaging. If we look at Bitcoin here, that crashes as well. Expectedly, of course. So the value of cryptocurrency dropped around 7.5% on Thursday. Again, if you're in it for the long term, I wouldn't worry too much. Again, don't panic sell, and also don't panic buy. Don't do anything instantly, think about it. This is something that I've just personally seen today. Motorists panic buy fuel as Ukraine war drives price hike fears. So I went to fill up the car today, and again, people are out panic buying their fuel, and this is again very media driven. Don't get me wrong, what is going on right now is awful, but people are rushing out to buy their fuel, and again this has an impact on the economy, not just in the UK but across the globe. So why is it important as investors that we look at gold? Well, let's read this title here in the Economic Times. Is war cry in Europe a call for adding gold to your portfolio? So for many people who don't have gold in their portfolio, what is it good for? Well, it's liquid, it's tradable. If the central banks were to put restrictions in, you can liquidate it and gain access to that cash. And if we actually have a look at the price chart here, okay, so gold, if you look back over 100 years, okay, so what we'll do, let's go over 20 years of gold, okay? So let's get the date up, 12th of July 2002. It's a constant rise, and the thing with gold is it doesn't satisfy many people in a world where everything is instant. But for me, I'm a slow and steady wins the race kind of guy, and I'm willing to wait. Okay, so you can see the rise here over time. Now let's just go back a week. Instantly, on the 24th, while other markets drop, gold thrives. Okay, so the prediction is by 2030, gold could be sitting around $3,000 per ounce, which would be incredible. Okay, we've seen a dip here. Again, there's some correction, but we're sitting still quite nice at, what's that there, $1,886 per ounce. Okay, and I think we'll see a correction, and I think this will continue to rise as uncertainty remains and this crisis between Russia and Ukraine goes on. And it's important to consider gold. Why? What I'm going to do is let's hop off my laptop and let's finish up on why gold is important. So let's finalize again on the really important points of considering gold in your portfolio. And I would recommend more so the physical gold, so you can benefit from its actual physical liquidation into any currency, by the way. That's the brilliant thing about gold. You can liquidate it into any currency. It's tradable. Okay, it's a security policy, and also it continues to go up in value. So yes, it's not that exciting. Yes, it doesn't go up overnight by huge amounts of percentages like, you know, the stock market could do and cryptocurrency. So it's not going to give you that instant thrill, but it's not there for that. Some might even say it's not even investing, it's a storage of wealth, which actually I would agree with. But how will I continue to invest and also include gold into my portfolio? Well, ways of investing through a crisis is, remember, continue to cost average. So don't be fearful and suddenly hit that sell button. You know, it's important we see the long term. I know a lot of people are looking for instant gratification and high returns because that's what's in the media, huge marketing backing, you know, returns that are just unrealistic. And yes, gold is not that exciting. However, if you continue to cost average, you'll see returns. I do agree with buy the dips. Increase on your money management. That's a really important way. So just restrict things, especially as people are panic buying, you know, fuel. And I'm sure the supermarkets are going to be rushed out of food, you know, if everyone rushes out and buys toilet paper. Increase on your cash holdings. That's my personal opinion. And there's no financial advice in this video, but I will just increase ever so slightly onto the physical cash that I have. I'll also look to buy more gold, in terms of whether that's through the ETF, whether that's physical gold, but actually commodities as a whole. This is an ideal time to increase on your portfolio because, again, it's a safe haven. It's an insurance policy to so much uncertainty because, you know, if the banks were to put restrictions, and believe me, do you think they hold the value of your money in the bank? Imagine this, 100 people with 50,000 in the bank all went in today and said, I need that out in cash. Do you think the banks are holding that? Absolutely not. It's quantitative easing at its best. You know, we've been printing money now for years, especially through this COVID. There's been such a cock up by the government where there is so much fake money floating about that if you did need to pull that out, and we all did it in the mass, imagine if people panic withdrew their money, the banks would never pay out. So you need an alternative. Cash holdings or a nice chunk of gold that you can liquidate at a broker, back to the dealer, you can trade it. Don't get me wrong, I don't think we're going to go back to the stage where we're trading gold for chickens and cows, but certainly it gives us that option. And of course, we're still beating inflation. So again, do not panic sell any of your portfolio. Really think about it. Also, one thing I would say that's really important, try not to listen to too much negative media. When you're making financial decisions, be really smart, be calm, and don't make decisions on emotions. But to finalize, this video is all about the importance of gold. It's an insurance policy, safe haven, very liquid, tradable, untraceable, and also it's something that we should all have in our portfolio because it's about diversification. And again, I'm going to remind you of, you don't know who's been swimming naked until the tide goes out. The tide is out at the moment. So how well protected are you? Cryptocurrency certainly won't save you in times of uncertainty. The stock market could crash, therefore you're losing huge amounts of your portfolio. But if you hold on to that gold, it gives you that bit of comfort that if you needed cash and your cash holdings aren't that great, you can liquidate and get that. Because at the end of the day, we're looking to make smart financial decisions. Again, my thoughts go out to all the Ukrainian people. I hope this video was informative. If you haven't got gold in your portfolio, do go away, do your own research. I've got a couple of other videos on my channel. I hope everyone is safe. Please do hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you all very soon.